The chosen one. Listen closely, heaven has leaned in. And I must tell you plainly, they did not walk away because you were unworthy. They were moved out because you are set apart. What left your life was not a loss. It was a wall God slid into place between you and a future that would have starved your destiny. The breakup, the betrayal, the sudden silence, the door that would not open. These were not rejections of your value. They were revelations of your calling. You are rare. You are marked. You are on royal assignment. And when God stretches his hand over a life with a holy purpose, he also clears the path with a holy separation. You wondered if you were too much, too intense, too tender, too devoted. No, you were accurately priced. Heaven refused the discount. The ones who could only love your convenience but not your covenant. The rooms that applauded your gift but suffocated your growth. The paths that were paved with charm yet ended in chains. These were removed because you asked for purpose, and God answered with protection. You prayed for wisdom, and heaven answered by exposing motives. You asked for alignment, and God rearranged the furniture of your relationships until every counterfeit creaked. You pleaded for open doors, and the Father, knowing what waited behind some of them, locked a few, sealed a few, and painted not for you across a few more. It felt like loss. It was rescue. This is the divine message. What you call abandonment, heaven calls insulation. What you call delay, heaven calls deliverance. What you call loneliness, heaven calls consecration. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The pruning was not to shame you, it was to shape you. And the ache you still feel is the tender place where destiny is knitting bone to bone, future to present, promise to identity. Lean in now. There is more. The reason the separation hurt so much is because it touched the part of you that was willing to trade calling for comfort. God would not let you. Not this time. Not in this season. The mantle you carry is too weighty for mismatched alliances and leaking wineskins. You are entering a stretch of time where clarity will outrun confusion, where peace will outrun panic, where favor will outrun fatigue, and you will look back and bless God for every unreturned message, every canceled plan, every goodbye you did not understand. Do not rehearse the grief. Receive the guarding. Do not chase what heaven dismissed. Lift your head. Breathe. The path is narrowing because your impact is widening. You are not behind. You are hidden on purpose. Micro bridge. Be still, beloved. What left you saved you. Now, hear where this word comes from and why it had to find you today. Beloved chosen. 1. This word does not come signed in human ink. It arrives sealed by the breath of the living God. I speak as a courier, not an origin. The weight you feel is not my eloquence. It is his nearness, the quiet electricity that hums when the king steps into a room and everything untrue forgets how to stand. Before your hands found this message, his hands found your name. He said, "Meet me here," and the path from your day to this moment formed like a river through stone. He wants you to know he has been present in the details others dismissed. The late-night turnings, no one saw the sudden distaste for rooms that used to fit the prayer that sounded like a sigh but traveled like a thunderbolt. None of it was wasted. He shielded your ears from conversations that would have poisoned trust. He stood between you and alliances that would have adorned you for a season and imprisoned you for years. Mercy moved like an unseen usher, dimming certain lights, changing the music, clearing the aisle so you would not be seated in a play that ended in chains. You wondered if you missed a cue, if you should have argued for your place, if one more explanation could have saved the connection. Hear him. Nothing you were meant to keep will ever require you to bleed out your identity to hold it. He did not let you bargain your crown for company. The rooms that refused you were answering to a higher reservation. The door that would not open was bowing to a key with a different assignment. Rejection was simply the earth's language for a decision heaven had already made. Trust this voice because it has walked through his refining. I only speak what I am willing to be measured by. The same hand that guided you out of the wrong circles has rerouted me, and the closures that broke my heart later wore like armor. We are not strangers meeting in theory. We are relatives by testimony. And the testimony is this: interruption is often the first kindness of God. He will disrupt what flatters you to deliver what fulfills you. Lift your eyes beyond the messenger and behold the author. When I say God, I mean the Holy One who parts seas with a whisper, hides kings in caves until crowns will not crush them, and writes psalms on the ribs of the weary. He is not irritated by your questions. He is invested in your becoming. He does not audit you by what left. He measures you by what will live because it left. The separation you grieved was a cloak. The cloak was an ordination, and the ordination is unto a future that requires both clarity and consecration. Therefore, let anticipation do its holy work. A revelation is walking toward you, barefoot, blazing, simple and sovereign. It carries language your spirit already knows. Images, impressions, scriptures that reappear like faithful birds. You will feel the border of your former life loosen. You will sense a nearness that makes courage feel like common sense. This is not spectacle. It is strategy. Heaven is not auditioning for your attention. Heaven is commissioning your assignment. Micro bridge. Stay close now. The seal breaks. What was hidden in parable is about to stand in the light and call your name. The seal breaks, chosen one, and the voice comes like rain on iron, soft enough to soothe, strong enough to bend what has resisted you. Hear the decree: they left because I led. I drew a circle of fire around your path, and anything unwilling to be refined by that flame had to step back. I am not subtracting love. I am subtracting liability. I am not thinning your world. I am thickening your roots. I am not starving you. I am safeguarding you. The hands that vanished were hands that could not bear the weight of what I am placing upon you now. I see a road at night, narrow silver, slick with dew. A lantern swings above you, not blazing like noon, but faithful like a heartbeat. Each step you take throws back shadows that once felt like companions. You do not walk alone. There are footsteps that never misstep, a presence that does not breathe like men, but makes the trees lean in worship as you pass. The wind is speaking your name, and it is not asking for permission. Ahead, a gate of hammered bronze stands where the map once showed a cul-de-sac. You were told the way ended here, that your season had plateaued into polite survival. But the bronze begins to warm, then glow, then soften at your approach, as if recognizing an heir, returning with the family signet invisible to natural eyes. The gate does not shatter with spectacle. It yields with honor. It opens inward, protecting what is within. And you are invited forward by the one whose eyes are both lightning and lullaby. Come, he says, because timing has found you. The pruning has qualified you. The watching has ripened you. Your restraint was worship. Your silence in the face of accusation was intercession. Your refusal to beg for what would wound you has hastened what will bless you. There is a table beyond the gate, carved from wood that looks like it remembers storms and outlives them. On the table, 3 things. A key fashioned like a constellation, delicate, precise, ancient in design. A cloak that smells of cedar and dawn authority, without arrogance. Warmth without weight. And a scroll, sealed with wax, bearing a mark that matches the faint burn you carry over your heart, the place that aches when you almost compromise. The king gestures, and the angel at your right, whom you mistook for intuition, all your life smiles as if to say, finally. The key is not for any door. It is for prepared doors. You will know them by the way your spirit quickens without panic. You will not have to perform to be recognized. You will have to stand to be seen. The cloak is not for hiding. It is for weather. There are heights ahead where winds punish pretenders. This mantle insulates without isolating. It will allow you to carry warmth into cold rooms without catching their chill. The scroll is not a riddle. It is a route. It does not map every bend, but it identifies appointments, divine intersections, where former losses become present leverage. As you reach, I hear the pages of your history turning like oars against a current, and the voice continues. I have set a watch over your thresholds. Some will come near you with gifts wrapped like gratitude, but tied with strings of entitlement. Fear not. I have taught your spirit to weigh what your eyes cannot. You will bless without being bound. You will listen without being lured. You will love without losing yourself. This is my protection, reinterpreted as wisdom. You will feel it first in your body. The heaviness that once visited you after certain conversations will not return. The clench in your stomach that accompanied old agreements will release. Sleep will come cleaner, morning clearer. Songs you used to skip will suddenly sound like they were written inside your chest. This is not nostalgia. It is recognition. Your internal homing beacon has been recalibrated to my coordinates. You will miss nothing meant for you. I see the faces of those who exited. Some will circle secretly to watch whether you fail without them. Let their watching be their education, not because you spite them, but because your stability will become their sermon. Others will genuinely repent and ask to walk again. You will bear no grudge, yet you will not downgrade your boundaries to soothe their guilt. Your forgiveness will be spacious. Your access will be selective. This is holiness dressed as health. Expect, too, the swift arrival of unlikely allies, midwives of destiny you did not audition for. They will recognize the scent of your assignment the way seasoned sailors can smell rain before the sky admits it. They will not compete with you. They will complete something in you. Receive without suspicion, but test without fear. The same Spirit who removed what could not carry you will reveal who can. Signs will accompany this unveiling clocks that hit the same minute when you pray. Long-delayed emails returning with language like suddenly, unexpectedly reconsidered. Scriptures you underlined years ago, flaring bright as if freshly penned. Dreams in which you are barefoot, yet uncut, walking through shards that cannot harm you. These are not theatrics. They are confirmations that your terrain has changed. My laughter over your life, yes, that holy sound has already softened the soil beneath your steps. And now, the commission. Do not chase restorations that require you to betray your upgrade. Bless what was, build what is. I will refill the chairs. I emptied, not with noise, but with names I wrote beside yours, before you learned to spell calling. I will show you why I said no. You will thank me with tears and clarity. The gate behind you remains open. You are not trapped in destiny. You are trained by it. The path ahead widens just enough for purpose to travel without pride. The lantern rises not brighter, but nearer, as if the light prefers your company. Micro-bridge hold. What you have received, now learn its language. The meaning beneath the moment calls you deeper. Chosen one, let us step beneath the surface of what just unfolded and listen to the music inside it. Separation is not God's cruelty. It is God's carpentering. When a master builder prepares a beam to carry a cathedral, he sands away what splinters and shaves off what swells. The beam does not understand the removal. It only feels the friction. Yet without that shaping, it could never bear a roof. Your recent subtractions were not subtraction from you. They were subtraction for you, so that the structure of your life can carry the glory assigned to it. Divine protection often dresses as disappointment because sight arrives slower than sovereignty. You saw a closed door. Heaven saw a collapsing floor beyond it. You felt the ache of absence. Heaven celebrated the end of an unseen ambush. Think of a shepherd guiding a flock at dusk. The sheep panic when he diverts them from a meadow that looks lush. But the shepherd smells the wolves the sheep cannot. He is not withholding pleasure. He is preserving possibility. The shepherd of your soul moved you because he smelled what you could not. This is the law of consecration. Set-apart things attract set-apart protection. When oil rests on a head, heaven surrounds the path beneath the feet. You have been asking for more light. Light requires less clutter. Lamps do not fellowship with fog. They confront it. When God turned down certain friendships, He was turning up your lumen because brilliance suffocates in rooms that prefer dimness. Your calling is not a flashlight seeking to fit inside a glove box. It is a lighthouse designed to stand in storms and call ships home. Seasons testify to this truth. Winter prunes what spring will celebrate. The tree is not punished by the frost. It is prepared by it. If the branches kept every leaf forever, the bough would break under blessings it is not rooted to carry. You too have released leaves. Habits, alliances, familiar comforts that were beautiful once. Their letting go is not the end of beauty, it is the beginning of fruit. The wind did not steal from you, it partnered with your purpose to make room for sweeter weight. Destiny's path is narrow, not because God is stingy, but because weight requires alignment. Consider a key. It turns only when grooves agree. A single extra ridge, one compromise, one misfitted agreement prevents the turn. Your life is that key, cut by a wise locksmith. Every no he carved into your timeline formed the exact groove that will open prepared doors. If you attempt to smooth the edges with people-pleasing or fear the lock will refuse you, what left was a ridge that did not belong to your original design. Faith reads storms differently than fear. Fear sees the waves and assumes the boat will drown. Faith notices that the wind, though violent, is obedient to the word. Jesus did not debate the tempest. He addressed it. Likewise, your recent shaking was not a failed forecast. It was a chosen one. Heaven is gentle with those who have been roughened by loss. Because God knows your history with false alarms and mixed signals, He will mark this new path with confirmations that carry your name in their cadence. They will not bully you. They will not demand your panic. They will arrive like a kind hush that steadies the breath and clears the room. Watch for them and refuse to call them coincidence when they keep choosing your doorstep. First, the sign of the settled peace. Not the numbness of exhaustion, but the clean, bright quiet that sits in your chest like a well. It will not argue with you. It will anchor you. You will make a decision that should feel risky on paper, and yet your shoulders will unclench. Sleep will return in full sentences. The peace will not be loud, but it will be strong enough to carry furniture, your priorities, back into their rightful places. Second, the sign of the recurring word. A scripture phrase or image that stalks your days with holy persistence. It threads through conversations with strangers, appears in songs you did not plan to hear, leaps from pages you barely meant to read. It does not flatter your ego. It feeds your courage. You will feel it land in you, and your heart will answer, yes. I know that voice. This is the shepherd calling the sheep by name, not by noise. Third, the sign of aligned time. Clocks that meet you at familiar numbers, 05, 05, when you feel divided. 11, 11, when you need courage to step. 3:33, when you are tempted to compromise. Not superstition, but synchronization. You will notice the pattern precisely when you pray for confirmation, as if heaven taps the table twice to say, "We are present." You do not worship the numbers. You worship the one who uses them to wink at your weary faith. Fourth, the sign of reappearing favor. Opportunities you lost now return, but this time on terms that protect your soul. An employer who once ignored your boundaries now offers flexibility without being asked. A collaboration that once demanded your silence now invites your voice. The content of the door is familiar, but the culture behind it has changed. Grace did not merely reopen. It reformed the room so your calling can breathe. Fifth, the sign of clean separation. The people God moved away from you begin to drift without drama. The urge to explain yourself fades. The itch to watch their feeds dissolves. Their names stop triggering adrenaline. You bless them and feel no hook in your blessing. This is mercy proving it can close a chapter without spilling ink on the next page. You are not cold. You are cured. Sixth, the sign of strange help. Provision arrives from hands unconnected to old networks, an unexpected ally, a timely refund, a word from someone who knows nothing about your prayer list and yet answers it line by line. You will sense that angels have been busy in your blind spots. The help will feel unearned, yet appropriate, like rain on a field you tilled in tears. Alongside these, expect tender echoes in your senses. Scents that remind you of places you have not yet visited. Dreams in which you are barefoot but uncut, walking across fragments that used to wound you, now harmless underfoot. Songs that once made you ache, now make you grateful. Even your body will testify. The heaviness after certain conversations will vanish. Your appetite for truth will increase. Your tolerance for confusion will drop without apology. Do not hoard the signs. Converse with them. Ask the Lord. If this is, you confirm it again in a way I cannot manipulate. He is not offended by such prayers. He is honored by them. He will place the same word on 3 unrelated lips. He will park the right book on the wrong shelf. He will choreograph simplicity where you expected slog. These are not party tricks. They are parental kindness. And when the signs converge, peace like a well word, like an arrow time, like a tap favor, like a reform separation, like a seal, help like rain. Do not delay yourself with doubt disguised as humility. Receive, respond, record. You are not being teased. You are being taught the alphabet of your next season. Micro bridge. Now that you recognize the markers, prepare your heart. Between promise and fulfillment, hidden tests will prove your footing. Chosen one between the sign and the sight stands a sober corridor, not a prison and proving ground. Here, the Lord permits precise pressures to surface what He has planted and to sift what cannot travel. Do not confuse these with punishment. They are calibrations. They arrive gently at first, then firmly, if ignored, each one an invitation to prove that your agreement is deeper than your mood. You will meet the trial of quiet. After confirmations, a silence may follow that feels like the ocean holding its breath. Heaven is not absent. Heaven is measuring whether you will anchor to the last clear word instead of chasing fresh noise. Worship here, not because you feel dramatic presence, but because you trust enduring promise. Endurance in quiet turns information into revelation. You will meet the test of pace. Doors will open, then pause. Momentum will spike, then steady. Your flesh will beg to sprint in fear of missing out. Your spirit must learn to walk in step. Rushed blessings become heavy burdens. The King is teaching you the cadence of kings, secure, deliberate, unfrantic. Let urgency refine your focus, not hijack your peace. You will meet the stewardship stretch. Resources will expand, yet requests will increase as well. Opportunities will multiply, and so will opinions about what you should do. You will have to choose assignments over applause, fruit over frenzy. Budget your energy as worship. Calendars can betray callings when they are filled by need instead of led by grace. You will meet the mirror of misinterpretation. Some will recast your boundaries as arrogance, your clarity as coldness, your pace as pride. Do not waste oil defending what time will display. Explain once if necessary, bless twice if provoked, then return to your post. Vindication is a harvest you do not have to farm. You will meet the counterfeit comfort. Invitations that mimic former pain will return, wearing upgraded fonts, sweeter tone, softer edges, familiar warmth. The hook is hidden in the fine print. Your voice, your values, your vigilance. Read with your spirit. Ask, what will this require of my integrity in 6 months? If the answer costs your core, decline with gratitude and keep moving. You will meet the weight of good things. Favor is light to receive, heavy to carry. People you love will lean on what God is doing in you, and your compassion will want to be a bridge for everyone. Remember, bridges collapse when they exceed load limits. You are called to be a door, not a doorway for every passerby. Say yes from overflow, not from obligation. You will meet the echo of old appetites. In loneliness, the dull comforts of yesterday may knock numbing scrolls, empty conversations, small compromises that promise quick relief. They will whisper that you can have destiny and distraction in the same cup. Answer with practiced truth. I am preserved for more. Then replace the appetite. Do not just resist it. Call a life-giving friend, take a holy walk. Pray aloud until the air is clear. You will meet the fatigue of unseen faithfulness. Some days will feel like hauling water uphill. Emails sent, seeds sown, prayers lifted with little visible return. Do not issue verdicts in the middle of planting. Heaven is tallying the unglamorous. The field is learning your name. Perseverance here is not stoicism. It is love, refusing to quit. Each challenge is a tutor, not a tyrant. The quiet trains your ear. The pace trains your steps. The stewardship trains your hands. The misinterpretation trains your heart. The counterfeit trains your discernment. The weight trains your boundaries. The appetite trains your holiness. The fatigue trains your hope. And woven through it all is the Father's assurance, I am with you in every exam, and the answers are already inside you. So when the corridor narrows, don't panic a line. Lift your chin, breathe like you belong, pray as one already seated with Him in heavenly places. The tests do not expose your lack. They reveal your readiness. Micro bridge. Now take up the keys you were given. Hear the instructions that turn doors steady feet and keep your oil bright. Chosen one instruction is not a leash. It is a ladder. Take these steps as covenant practices, not chores. Each one turns the key of authority without draining the oil of intimacy. Move with urgency, but not with panic. This is how you walk the narrow road wide awake. Begin with first light alignment. Before the world speaks, let heaven set the headline. Put your feet on the floor and say, Jesus, I agree with your leadership today. Open the scripture not to perform, but to eat. One passage slowly. Ask 3 questions. What does this reveal about God? What does this reveal about me? What obedience belongs to today? Write the single sentence you will carry like flint in your pocket. Establish the rule of holy breath. 3 times a day, pause for 1 minute. Inhale. Abba. Exhale, I belong. Let your body remember what your mind forgets you are held. This sanctifies pace and makes room for interruption to become instruction. Guard thresholds and tables. Anoint your doorposts with simple prayer. Only what serves purpose enters here. Bless your table. Only what nourishes love stays here. You are not being dramatic. You are being deliberate. Homes either disciple you or drain you. Choose disciple. Set boundaries as worship. Write your non-negotiables sleep hours. Sabbath day prayer. Watch study window, giving percentage relational standards. Do not apologize for protecting what multiplies you. Boundaries are how love lasts long. Practice Sabbath as resistance. One day, each week, stop. Not after you finish everything, because you never will. Stop as a declaration that God is God and you are not. Play, walk, laugh, listen. Let delight detoxify duty so your work returns as gift, not grind. Build the altar of forgiveness. Name the faces. Release the debts. Say it out loud until your chest unlocks. I cancel what you owe. Forgiveness does not restore access. It restores your arteries. Unforgiveness is theft of tomorrow's strength. Adopt the stewardship plan. Every opportunity must answer 3 questions. Does this advance assignment? Can I do it with integrity? What does it cost the people I love? If an open door cannot pass this test, it is not a door. It is a drain. Decline beautifully. Train discernment with delay. When an invitation thrills your ego, wait 24 hours before answering. When an opportunity honors your values, respond within the same day. Pace is prophecy. Your timing reveals your trust. Establish community on purpose. Identify 3 kinds of people: a covering who can correct you, a cohort who runs with you, and a convert whom you pour into. Meet each regularly. Isolation breeds distortion. Trusted eyes keep your crown aligned. Sanctify speech and silence. Speak only to build, bless, or bring clarity. When you feel the impulse to vent, pray first journal, second counsel, third post, never. Words create weather. Choose climate over clout. Curate your inputs. Audit screens, playlists, and rooms. If it dulls devotion or inflates despair, it loses access. Fill the atmosphere with worship and wise voices. You are not snobbish. You are a steward of sound. Honor your body as assignment gear. Sleep like a prophet who expects tomorrow. Hydrate like a priest carrying fire. Move your body daily. Eat as though your brain is mission critical, because it is. Weak bodies make strong temptations. Live financially prophetic. Tithe consistently as a trust statement. Save intentionally as a wisdom statement. Give spontaneously as a love statement. Wealth is not a throne, it is a tool. Let generosity keep it from growing fangs. Institute the excellence liturgy. Whatever your hands touch, emails, floors, code, songs, offer them back, finished and kind. Excellence is the evangelism of integrity. Do it well, then do it warm. Keep a testimony ledger. Record prayers asked and answers received, including delays that later made sense. Review weekly. Memory fights fear. When new battles roar, you weaponize yesterday's faithfulness. Engage strategic secrecy. Hide a few holy things with God fasts nobody knows. Gifts nobody traces, intercessions nobody applauds. Secret history gives public authority ballast. If the room falls silent, your roots still sing. Practice night watches when stirred. If you wake at odd hours, do not doom scroll. Sit up, bless the house, read a psalm, whisper the names God drops into your spirit. Night obedience opens day doors. Install the reconciliation posture. As much as it depends on you, keep peace. Apologize quickly, specifically, without excuses. If peace is refused, bless and step back. Your hands stay clean. Your heart stays free. Exercise no drama. Just data when criticized. Extract the kernel. Discard the chaff, adjust if needed, and keep moving. You are not auditioning. You are aligning. Carry a consecrated yes and a confident no. Your yes means all of you. Your no means none of you. Half obedience is slow disobedience. If the Spirit highlights an action move, if He restrains stay, heaven speeds submission, hell feeds compulsion. Practice daily gratitude out loud. 3 things, morning and night. Gratitude is a governor on anxiety. It keeps joy from being a visitor and makes it a resident. Keep the oil of intercession flowing. Pray the people who left into the hands of God. Pray those arriving into His wisdom. Pray your city into shalom. Intercession. Keep success from shrinking your world to your name. And when weariness whispers, return to the first step agreement. Put your feet on the floor and say again, Jesus, I agree with your leadership. Agreement turns on the light. Light makes the next step obvious, and obvious is mercy in motion. Do these things not to earn love, but to aim it. Not to impress God, but to cooperate with Him. Not to chase protection, but to steward it. Instruction is how favor learns your address and refuses to be forwarded. Microbridge rest. Now in what surrounds you, as you obey a shield you cannot see will begin to sing around your steps. Chosen one, you are not walking unguarded. Protection has been assigned to you like a melody assigned to a bird, native, continuous, instinctive. The shield you feel but cannot name is not superstition. It is covenant. It wraps your mornings before alarms and tucks your nights before dreams. Heaven has ringed your path with presence not only to deflect arrows, but to direct steps, because a defended life without a directed life still drifts. You will not drift. Picture a circle of quiet fire around your days. It does not rage or boast. It glows. Lies that once slipped through gaps in your attention now melt at the edge. Old accusations lose their teeth. The whispers that formerly found purchase in your fatigue cannot anchor there anymore. This is not because you argue better. It is because the atmosphere has changed zip codes to favor your assignment. No weapon formed does not mean no weapon forged. It means the weapon cannot conclude its sentence against you. Protection is not only external, it is internal. God is stewarding your inner weather. Where panic used to strike first, peace will arrive earlier. Where shame used to echo, dignity will speak first. Your mind is receiving new borders. Holy guardrails that keep you from overthinking into exhaustion. You will sense a strong kind. No more rising from within when conversations wander toward confusion or agreements feel rubbery. This is not hardness, It is health learning to hold its line. Angel help is not poetry. There are assignments with names flanking you, watchers at thresholds, runners on errands, messengers who nudge you left when flattery lures you right. You will notice the timing, the text that interrupts a compromise, the traffic that slows you before a misstep, the random reminder to take a different route. Give thanks quickly when it happens. Gratitude is how you polish armor you did not pay for. Your home is learning to be a small sanctuary. Rooms will feel lighter as you sing, lighter as you pray, lighter as you bless doorposts and tables. Peace will linger after guests leave, and tension will evaporate faster, as if vents were added to your ceilings. You may find yourself opening windows more often. This is your body agreeing with your spirit, letting stale air go. Do not apologize for curating who crosses your threshold. Protection is most potent where hospitality is honest. Expect protection to express itself as clarity with kindness. You will say no more efficiently, and yes, more intentionally. Where you once overexplained, you will simply bless and pivot. Heaven is guarding your energy the way a gardener guards water in drought, not from stinginess, but from wisdom. You are a well. For many wells remain wells because they respect their capacity. Financially, expect covered gaps. Unexpected expenses will be met by unexpected provision. The math will not always make sense, and yet the ledger will breathe. You will find favor with administrators, mercy with deadlines and solutions where there used to be spirals. This is not indulgence. It is assignment insurance. God funds what He sends. Relationally, protection will look like clean separations and clean arrivals. Those meant to stay will be strengthened by the boundaries you set. Those meant to go will feel released rather than resented. New allies will not require you to amputate yourself to belong. You will participate without disappearing. Contribute without contorting. Your presence will be permissioned, not presumed upon. Fear will attempt small theater. It will stage late-night rehearsals of worst-case scenes. When it does, you have a counter-liturgy. Speak aloud what is true. I am held. I am hidden in Christ. My steps are ordered. My story is guarded. Read a psalm like a prescription. Walk the hallway and bless each room. Lie down again under sentences stronger than storms. Protection is not the absence of weather. It is a roof that refuses to leak. Finally, remember the God who protects you is not a fence only. He is a father. He does not merely patrol your perimeter. He delights in your laughter, attends to your details, counts the hairs you forget to brush, and keeps the calendar you do not see. If He denied access to what you wanted, it is because He is escorting you to what you asked for. You are not missing out. You are being ushered in. Micro bridge. Under this covering change will not merely visit, you will become it. Now watch what the shield has been saving you for. Chosen one, under this shield, something irreversible begins. Not a costume change, but a core change, the kind that makes old labels fall like husks and new language rise like morning. You will not have to announce it. Rooms will notice before you speak. The tone of your hello will carry authority without effort. The atmosphere will read your peace and recalibrate. This is fulfillment, arriving from the inside out, identity, first influence, second manifestation, in step with maturity. Transformation looks like ease where there was strain, not laziness ease. What used to feel like pushing boulders will become rolling stones. The same task, new grace. Emails reply themselves. Meetings bend toward clarity. Delays resolve with simple sentences. You will wonder if you missed some hidden struggle. You did not. You outgrew it. Power follows alignment, the way rivers follow gravity. It looks like voice without volume. You will stop shouting to be heard because your words will arrive wearing weight. Fewer syllables, stronger sentences. People will lean in. Even dissenters will find themselves quoting the clarity they resisted. This is not charisma. It is coherence. Your inner world matches your outer work, and truth stops tripping over contradiction. It looks like clean desire. The cravings that complicated your yes will quiet. You will want what heaven wants and be surprised by how satisfying it is. Not asceticism, abundance rightly ordered. Beauty without bondage, pleasure without purchase of your soul. You will taste joy that lingers, not sugar that spikes. Gratitude will become your default palate. It looks like reclaimed time. God will return hours you lost to anxiety. Ideas will arrive on schedule. Sleep will be holy again. You will wake with sentences, waiting at the edge of your tongue, strategies lined like tools on a bench, and love ready to be spent without leaving you empty. Multiplication shows up first in minutes, then in money, then in meaning. It looks like relational rightness. Not perfect people, right placement. You will find yourself in circles that sharpen without shaming challenge, without choking cover, without caging. Friendship will feel like prayer answered. Collaboration will hum like well-tuned strings. Old patterns of rescuing will fade as mutuality rises. You'll leave conversations full, not flat. It looks like work as worship. Whether you build, teach, heal, manage, design, right parent, or lead, your hands will learn to pray while producing. Excellence will become instinctive. Craft will carry kindness. Your output will smell like devotion. People will taste God in the way you keep promises, mind details, and deliver more than you promised without drama. It looks like doors opening in sequence, not chaos choreography. A call here, a meeting there, a "we thought of you" email. We've been waiting for this message. The map you could not draw will unfold step by step. You will move from room to room with the light of a lantern at just the right height enough to see the next faithful step, not so much that pride runs ahead. It looks like authority over what once harassed you. Night terrors retire. Old accusations lose audience. Temptations arrive like bad salesmen. You smile, say, "No thank you," and close the door without trembling. You don't negotiate with what already lost. This is not denial. It is dominion. The ground that used to swallow your confidence now grows your consistency. It looks like visible fruit. Testimonials will appear, quiet notes, Public acknowledgments changed faces. The family member softens. The client heals. The student rises. The team steadies. The city pocket you love brightens by a degree you can measure. Heaven is not just making you shiny. Heaven is making you useful. Salt, light, leaven, things that disappear into dough so the whole loaf rises. And inside you gratitude will hover like a faithful dove. You will catch yourself whispering thank you while washing dishes, while driving, while walking halls you once feared you would never enter. Tears will come without ache, tears of recognition. The holy oh. This is what you were saving me for. The pain will not be erased. It will be repurposed, set like gemstones in a crown you do not flaunt, but faithfully wear. Do not fear the scale of what is coming. Fulfillment is not a tidal wave to drown you. It is a tide that lifts you. You will rise with it because you are tethered to the one who commands seas. Keep your rituals simple. Keep your heart tender. Keep your yes immediate. The future has already stepped onto your present. It is fitting itself around you like a tailored garment. Look back one more time, but with healed eyes, the exits, the silences, the sealed doors. Then look forward. The key, the cloak, the scroll. Feel the click inside. This is alignment, not accident. Smile, breathe, walk, micro bridge. Now seal it with your mouth. Let your own voice agree with heaven and carry the blessing to completion. Chosen one. Let your tongue become the pen that signs what heaven has already authored. Agreement is not noise. It is notarization. Breathe steady, stand easy, and speak these truths until they fit your bones. I am covered. I am called. I am calm. I keep my oil bright. I keep my pace holy. I keep my heart soft. I bless what left me. I welcome what's sent to me. I walk what's written in me. I move from victory, not toward it. Let these sentences be your morning bread and your midnight tea. Whisper them over doorways, into mirrors across calendars. Teach them to the air of your home until even the walls learn to sing them back. Agreement is atmosphere. Atmosphere becomes outcome. Now lift your hands as if receiving a mantle you can feel. I bless your mind to host clean weather. No fog, no frenzy, no counterfeit narratives. May wisdom arrive early, and may worry arrive late, and find no chair. I bless your eyes with accurate softness, seeing people as beloved and seeing patterns as they are. May discernment guard your tenderness, and tenderness season your discernment. I bless your ears to distinguish the shepherd's tone from the chorus of clatter. May one clear word outweigh 1,000 loud ones. I bless your mouth to carry medicine words that mend truth, that steadies silence that sanctifies. May your speech be the sound of shelter. I bless your hands to prosper in purity. May what you build not only shine, but also serve. And may excellence feel like devotion, not demand. I bless your feet to keep the cadence of peace. May urgency sharpen you without speeding you, and may every step find prepared ground. I bless your home to be a small sanctuary, lighted by laughter, guarded by wisdom, scented with prayer. Let visitors feel rested by simply crossing the threshold. I bless your relationships with holy alignment, mutuality, without manipulation, correction, without control, celebration, without jealousy. May clean arrivals find you and clean partings free you. I bless your resources with assignment insurance enough to obey, quickly margin, to love generously, and restraint to refuse the unnecessary. And I bless your story with the signature of the King's joy. Let heaven's laughter remain your background music, subtle, steadfast, victorious. By the name above every name, I seal over you the circle of quiet fire, the key that fits prepared doors, the cloak that warms without weighing you down, and the scroll that unfolds at the speed of obedience. No curse can countersign what God has signed. No scheme can edit what God has authored. No delay can deny what God has timed. Go now in peace that passes performance, in courage that outlives crowds, in favor that finds you without forcing. May your days hum with holy ease, your nights rest under watchful wings, and your future rise to meet you like sunrise on water, inevitable, gentle, bright. You are covered, you are called, you are calm, and it is so. Classroom. Storms teach navigation. They reveal which ropes snap and which anchors hold. You learned which words calm you, which prayers steady you, which communities cradle you without caging you. This curriculum was costly, but it was custom. Divine timing is more than a calendar. It is choreography. God is not merely aligning dates. He is aligning depths of character, of courage, of discernment. What you called late was the interval where your roots learned to drink from deeper aquifers. Shallow favor evaporates in heat. Deep favor rises when drought presses. You were not denied. You were deepened. Now when doors open, you will not sprint in panting. You will enter breathing, carrying a weathered calm that cannot be imitated. There is also the holy principle of doors and thresholds. Doors are not just entry points. They are trust tests. How you treat the door determines the dignity of the room you enter. Impatient hands rattle handles. Consecrated hands wait for keys. Heaven handed you a constellation key because you proved you will not pick locks with your emotions. You chose boundaries over bargaining, presence over performance. That restraint sanctified your authority. Now, when you knock, you will hear prepared hinges sing. Your journey is a tapestry woven by opposites, hiddenness, and honor, silence, and song, wilderness, and water. Do not despise the quiet miles. In deserts, Israel learned the sound of God's feet, how the cloud moves when the manna falls, which stones hide sweet water. Hidden seasons are not dead space. They are holy scaffolding. They hold up the future while God hangs a heavier sky over your calling. When He removes the scaffolding, the structure remains because it is built into you, not around you. Light itself is a metaphor of your becoming. Light divides. It draws borders between day and night, truth and nearly true warmth, and heat without heart. As your light increases, expect division, not from arrogance, but from clarity. You will love well without living blurry. You will speak gently, without swallowing your name. Light also attracts what it exposes. Moths come, so do mariners. Do not dim to discourage the moths. Shine to guide the sailors. Your assignment is not to please the insects. It is to direct the ships. Consider journey language. Valleys passes summits. Valleys humble vision, so you learn to see by trust. Passes funnel you, so you travel light. Summits expand view, so you steward influence with mercy. Each terrain has a liturgy. In valleys whisper, in passes discard. On summits kneel. If you skip any posture, the altitude will punish you. Heaven trained you in each liturgy so that elevation will not intoxicate you. Authority will rest on you like a cloak, not like armor. You must clang to be believed. Finally, divine protection reframes your history. What looked like detours become bridges in retrospect. The friendship that dissolved taught you to hear tone beneath talk. The job that ended taught you that provision has more than one address. The love that left taught you that hunger is not a reason to eat poison. None of this exempts you from tenderness. It equips your tenderness with teeth. You will be soft without being swallowed open, without being emptied, generous without hemorrhaging. That is holiness embodied. All of this converges into a single confession. God is not only saving you from harm, He is shaping you for holiness. Protection without formation produces entitled wanderers. Formation without protection produces wounded servants. You are neither. You are a steward, being fitted for rooms that need both your purity and your power. The prophecy then is not merely about who left. It is about who you are becoming, because they left, and about what can finally enter without breaking you. Micro bridge. Now watch how heaven confirms what your spirit already knows. The signs will speak in your language and arrive right on time.